right, here's what's going on. Darren from Goldfinger's here tonight. Say hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren.
We're going to go on the road soon.
Well, he just stopped by.
Darren's getting married, actually, and I'm giving him my address because I would be more than happy.
Well, I don't want you at my wedding.
Oh.
I just want to send you a bomb.
Oh, okay. Well, let me give you Drew's address then. And somewhere in August, and
August 1st.
If I'm anywhere in town, I guarantee I will be there. Also,
You want to go, Drew?
No.
August 1st?
Drew won't go.
No, I might go.
We're getting off the hook, Drew.
A lot of people.
You know, we actually don't make social engagements anymore because of the kids. We just have we made like 2 this year.
When he says we, he means he and the missus. Yes. So you want to just back out of this now?
Back out now.
Okay.
I would love to have been there.
Sure.
I wish I had the life.
He's saying he'd love to be there before it even happened.
Yeah,
no, I would have loved to have
6 months
been.
from now.
It was a lovely ceremony. You should have been there, Drew.
Darren, I don't want to break your heart, but if that was Julio Iglesias getting married, Drew would be inking him in right now. Okay, the Deftones are going to be on tonight. Actually, Chino from the Deftones are going to be here tonight, and I think he's flying in for this, and I'm not quite sure. You know, Loveline has a rich tradition of guests either not showing up drunk, or showing up late and drunk.
I show up with gifts.
That's true.
Fireworks, beer.
Fireworks.
Yeah. Darren's kind of like one of those guys who drives a van and hangs out by the junior high.
Did you bring gifts tonight?
I was going to bring wine, but seeing as I'm not a guest, I'll bring it next week. So next week, Wednesday, will be.
Darren, you just came by. Did you come by to get my address?
I came by to see Anne's beautiful face.
Mm-hmm.
And to see a cleanly shaven Mike.
Oh, yeah.
A cleanly shaven Mike who I didn't recognize.
That's right.
And to talk to Drew, ask him a question. Kind of a personal question.
Did you get to the bottom of it?
Yeah, it was about my foot.
Okay.
It was really gross.
And the ass you put it in?
Yeah, I had this fetish where I can't get off unless I put my toe in my fiance's butt.
Uh-huh. That's good.
So, I mean, it's painful for her, and we got to talk. We got to find a solution. So, yeah, we're going to be here next week. Me and
you're going to be on the show?
Me, John, and Charlie, or Simon and me, or somebody in Goldfinger.
Right.
I'm going to be here, but like someone will be here, and we'll have a good time.
Oh, good.
I'll bring gifts.
All right.
Should we let fireworks off? I got some new ones.
Yeah, bring whatever you have. I will. I'll save the interview part then until next week. You'll be when, the middle of next week, or we're not sure?
Wednesday.
Okay.
A week from yesterday.
That is the middle. Well, that's toward the end for us. All right, why don't you hang in for this first break, and then we'll throw you out of here, and the Deftones will come in, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Alex.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, basically, I'm going out with someone I'm dating someone who's 25.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the whole thing is, like, I don't know if I'm, like, totally in over my head or what, or if I should, like, even, pursue it.
How long have you been dating this person?
Only a couple of weeks now.
And how'd you meet the person?
Divorcee?
Uh-huh.
Divorcee?
No.
No?
No.
She's still married?
Is it
No.
is it a she?
Oh, it's a guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what was funny?
Huh.
I was going to make that lame joke whenever a guy calls and he goes, yeah, I've been dating someone for about 3 years. It's been pretty passionate, but pretty on and off. And I always go, what was his name? It's kind of a joke. And I thought, maybe I'll make that joke. And then I thought, nah, it's lame. As it turns out, it wasn't so lame.
Yeah.
25-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then he wouldn't be divorced. If this was a woman, she'd probably be divorced.
I wouldn't know about that.
What is it? I mean, it's not that big an age difference. It is enough to be a concern, but it's not. What is it about it that's bothering you? You said you're over your head. In what way?
Because he's been, like, to Harvard, and he graduated from Emory, and, like, he's, like, a biotechnician and maybe wants to go back to be a doctor, and I'm, like, I just want to do photography, you know?
You want to do that Colt Roundup calendar type stuff?
But look, Alex, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, people.
Guy sitting on the haystack.
Alex, listen to me. People in diverse fields make
Toby, everyone.
good couples. You don't always. It can be kind of boring and constrictive to be in the same area.
But people like that too. Guys who have to wear a collar and a tie all day like to hang out with the artist types. Mm-hmm. It's like Kissinger and all those bimbos he used to go out with.
Mm-hmm.
But
Amy Van Dorn.
Is it? Do you think you're being used?
No, not at all. Actually, this person, like, this is the first person I've ever met that I would go out with. Like, I'm really picky.
Mm-hmm.
I won't, like, I live in Orlando. I just moved from St. Louis. Mm-hmm. And, like, I won't go out with anyone who, like, does drugs or, like, puts me in horrible situations.
Mm-hmm. You had any long-term relationships?
No, I wouldn't. No.
What happened? Did your dad do drugs? Put you in horrible situations?
No.
Most people are worried about drugs and horrible situations got put in a horrible situation once. It seems.
I've been in bad situations before. And I've seen people on drugs and like what they do to them, and I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want that to happen to people I know.
What would you say turned you gay?
Oh.
Oh God!
Seriously, it's a serious Loveline question, because a lot of the people we call in who are gay had had a little something happen in the past.
I had 3 older sisters.
Oh, that's enough. I got 1 older sister. I'm this close to blowing down right now.
See, if you just came over
Whoa.
here.
Alex would convert you, Adam.
That's true. I'll tell you, I like the gay lifestyle, Drew.
Yeah, you do.
Everything but the sex. I mean, I have spoken ad nauseum about what a great life I would be leading if I was gay.
What's the gay lifestyle? What do you do? Like, what do they do that, like, heterosexual?
They both have
We go to the clubs.
lucrative careers.
Oh,
I go to clubs.
Huh? I know. You guys are Darren.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome, by the way. I totally love Goldfinger.
Oh, cool.
So
Thanks.
I mean, yeah. Sorry.
That's all right.
The band thinks I'm gay.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
Cool.
They think I'm gay.
Beat 'em up.
I think they think you're bi. I don't think they think you're gay.
They think I'm in the closet and I'll come out one day.
Because he does
gay.
all kinds of weird stuff with his ass all the time.
Yeah, but to me, that's just an arrest. That's arrested adolescence. That's not gay.
If you've ever seen us play live, you'll question my sexuality.
If you-
I've seen you guys play live.
If you see the way he licks those drumsticks,
Have you seen my ass before?
I think so. It was a couple years ago at
Yep.
Westport.
All I remember about seeing
Yep.
these guys live is the F word.
Huh?
I remember that more than your music.
The
Okay,
swearing?
you F and F and F's F.
Where was that?
It was in St. Louis and Warped Tour.
No,
I'm talking to Drew.
It was a
Oh,
Winnie
right.
roast.
Oh, those people were lame. The people in the pit are so lame.
yeah, they deserve to be cussed out
They do. The people up in the hill, the people who buy the tickets,
on the grass.
are the fans. The
That's
people,
right.
That's what we played for, not the people in the pit.
Right, as Neil Diamond would say, "Hey, all you tree people!" Remember that live album?
No.
Okay.
Nothing against karaoke. We know it's
Well.
just the people up top were the people who,
Yeah. Hey, the
We're
people.
cool.
This is at Irvine Meadows, by the way. The people up on the lawn were the ones who were getting into trash fights and doing.
and getting into it. The people in the pit, and were just like looking at us like we were a movie, like Forrest Gump. They were like moved by us. One person threw a beer at us.
Ann brought up a good point, which is they set the grass area on fire.
We did?
Not you guys, but some other folks did. Was it last year, Ann? Yeah.
Some metalheads?
All right, Alex.
Yeah.
We're fine with you being fine with this guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
just be
We don't
careful.
have a problem with it.
Yeah, just tune into those questionable feelings you're having about being used or over your head, whatever that is, and just see where the relationship goes.
Okay.
All right.
Alex.
Okay.
All right.
By the way, I was proud of myself last night for an analogy we made. Remember we were talking about...
Uh-oh.
No. Well, we were talking... I forget the context of the discussion, but I was talking about what makes people avoid certain traumatic experiences versus trying to master them the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And how if you get bitten by a dog, say, when you're 2 or 3, you end up like going out and spending your whole life like training dogs.
Right.
While if you get bitten by a dog when you're 10, you spend the rest of your life running away from dogs. Avoiding
Right.
dogs.
It's so scary because I'm petrified of bees, and I got stung by a swarm of bees when I was 5 or something.
Yeah, or a little bit older probably. And the point is there's something that happens in that sort of Oedipal phase when people are individuating. Before that, there's so much narcissism that they have to keep sustaining that and acting out and proving themselves they can control things.
All right, so let me put your example to use. There's a 3-year-old girl and she's molested by her dad, and there's a 10-year-old girl who's felt up by her dad.
I think that would have different effects.
The 3-year-old girl becomes
This is prostitute.
the prostitute, and the 10-year-old becomes
The withdrawn.
the lesbian. Okay.
Porn star.
Who trains dogs too. It's quite ironic because I don't know if you've ever seen women who work at kennels or train dogs, but oh yes. Yes.
Should we be concerned that you know
Lesbians.
this?
Did I know this?
Have you dated a few? Or
I have. I actually one time when I was very young in my construction career, about 19 or 20, I installed a window in a kennel in West LA somewhere, and there was a woman who looked like a man who lived there, and it was her room. I was installing an air conditioner in her room. It was the most disastrous job ever. I was riding a motorcycle and carrying a 90-pound sack of concrete on the tank of the motorcycle in between my legs. It was the only transportation I had, like, chunk of drywall. It was just a disaster. Doing construction and working from a motorcycle, not the world's greatest plan. I guess a moped would be worse. But the point is this woman had, buzz cut and the Birkenstocks, and she was husky, and I'll never forget this. She told me that her hobbies were black powder rifles. Ooh. And I said to myself, this ain't lesbian.
Oh.
Hobby?
Her hobbies were she was into the musket guns. And perhaps dueling. I was about 85% there already, but when she started explaining in great detail about the black powder rifles, I said, honey, you keep that powder dry, because you's a lesbian. Steven.
Yeah.
You're 29.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Today I was with my girlfriend, and we were making whoopee, and I got an erection, and it hasn't gone down.
Really? Is there pain?
No pain.
Did you have an orgasm?
Yeah, I've had a couple.
Really? And it just, it's the same intensity?
Yeah, it's just there.
Are you on any medication?
No.
You have any medical problems?
Not that I know of.
You're my hero.
There's something called priapism, which is usually a painful sustained erection.
Oh, I heard about that. Some guy, injected his wiener with cocaine, and he got that, and, it fell off.
Well, that's a little bit of a different thing. But
Troy was telling me about that.
The main thing about priapism is it can affect future erectile function. And if this becomes painful, or if it's not better by morning, it really needs some medical attention.
What's worse, Drew, having a constant erection or not being able to achieve one at all?
Is this a riddle?
Well, I guess not being able to have one at all, because now they have all these things to do that.
Right.
All they have to get rid of an erection is the sports page of the Sunday Times.
The problem with the sustained one is the risk is losing your capacity.
Because you're wasting it all at once.
Right. Right.
You're using all the fuel in the tank.
Can you imagine how bad you'd feel if you had an erection for 6 months straight and then couldn't get one for 6 years, and you're lying around with a limp penis, 3 years from now?
I'm trying to think if there are any. Yeah, urinating could be difficult.
You got to pee in the sink.
And I'm trying to think if there are any.
Outdoor.
If there's really a sort of a differential for this. In other words, could there be other tumors of the spinal cord or other endocrine problems that could cause this? I suppose there are, but again, my advice is the same: is have a medical evaluation if it's not gone by morning or if it becomes painful. Okay.
Well, my girlfriend seems to be enjoying it.
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay. They always have to get a retarded comment in at the end. Drew goes off at the medical ramifications for a good 10 minutes. The mood gets somber, and then they squeeze in some sort of Beavis and Butthead-esque comment at the end. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Why don't we toss a friend whose sexuality is in question, but whose marriage I'll attend anyway, Darren from Goldfinger. We'll toss his ass out of here, and then Chino from the Deftones will come in here after the commercial.
I'll see you on Wednesday.
That's right. And you'll be bringing what with you, Darren?
You'll see. Some wine. Some expensive wine.
Okay, but what about the fireworks?
I'll have some fireworks.
Okay.
I don't have a surprise.
All right.
Now, now you'll know what I bring. Oh, here comes the wine and fireworks.
Okay. All right, well then surprise us. All right, so you and all the boys be here.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about all of them, but whoever's available. At least me and John.
Great. And we'll be back.
Dan from Goldfinger, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Mountain Dew. Dr. Drew. Oh, no, it's all I could come up with in short notice.
I always love that one. Chino's here. Yes, get out of here. Chino's here from the Deftones. He's apparently just flew in, and I will see these guys play at Live 105.
If you have notes right there, read them.
Tomorrow.
You don't have to rub your head and act like you're really thinking. Read the notes.
This note? It says, yeah, but it doesn't say anything.
It says warped. Okay,
yeah.
That was next, though.
Right. But
Live 105 Winnie Rose this weekend,
but
Saturday.
just so people don't think I have something scripted and then pretend like I'm thinking of it. It just doesn't say that much on this piece of paper, does it?
The basics, which you're going to get to, and I'm going to answer, and have the same answer that I always have for the same questions that I always answer.
Well, you know what? I'll go right to the phones now.
Sounds cool.
James,
what's going on?
Not too much. Who do I got?
What do you mean?
You got Chino from the Deftones, you got Drew from the Gay Tones, and you got Adam from the Board Tones.
Not the Gay Tones.
Oh, yes.
James, what's up?
I'm primarily calling for, you and Dr. Drew. First I want to tell you that, let me see, Tuesday night, 2 nights ago, first time I heard you, and I haven't laughed that much in a long, long, long time.
You never heard the show before?
No, I haven't.
Where are you calling from?
Well, now I'm Utah.
Oh, okay.
I came from California. So I've been here. July 22nd will be a year. Anyways, my problem is pretty simple, I guess. It's probably more psychological than anything. As I explained to the woman that answered the phone, my girlfriend had passed away in an accident February of last year.
How old was she?
She was 25 at the time.
An automobile accident?
I'm sorry?
An automobile accident?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
How long had you been with her?
Well, it's really kind of hard to say. I don't know when we actually clicked, but
Roughly.
it was like on a official, everybody knows basis for
Hey, James.
like 6 months.
I got to jump in here. I'm sorry to hear about your girlfriend, but we're going to have to cut to the chase just a little bit quicker here.
Okay.
All right.
Well, basically, the case is, since she's passed away, I've been alone. In the last 3 months, I've been trying to meet people, and I don't know if it's Utah or me or whatever, but, it's like I told her, I'm being treated like I have leprosy, and it
She's
shows,
got that desperation thing going.
It's a little bit Utah, a little bit you, James. Listen, a guy gets laid can get laid anywhere, and a guy who can't get laid is not going to get laid in Haiti. Where's the place where people get laid a lot?
Anyway.
Okay, so James, just go ahead and figure it's you because you're living in Utah, and if you blame the state.
Are you still depressed? Do you still have issues? I mean, there's still things you wear on your sleeve about this lost relationship?
Well, not intentionally, but, when I'm by myself, which is all the time.
But there are things that a woman might be able to pick up on when you're trying to introduce yourself that might make you seem a little bit cumbersome, like they're getting into something when they get you.
Yeah.
Women want somebody to take care of them, not somebody they have to take care of typically.
Yeah, I've tried not to give that impression. I go to a club and I'm having, fun, but I ask a girl to dance and, I get the cold shoulder.
Why don't you try networking a little bit with friends and get to know people as people? And the club thing is not a great way to be. To me, that would seem like a very discouraging way of banging your head against the wall repeatedly.
Here's the deal. Either it works for you or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it never did work for me, and it seemed to work like a charm for some of my friends, but if it's not working for you, it's a long road.
And it sounds like I don't get the feeling just talking to you. You're still terribly disturbed, or still at least depressed.
Well, it comes in,
Of course, James. Of course. I mean, you lose somebody you love, even though it was only a 6-month relationship. It's got to affect you for a long time. But you sound as though you're fundamentally okay right now.
Pretty much.
All right. So find different ways to meet people of quality.
And don't talk too much around women. I don't know why, but they hate it. Chino? Have you experienced that with women?
I don't have good times with women.
See, that's perfect. Did you see the answer that Chino just gave me?
Yep.
That's perfect. Don't gab too much around women. I don't know what it is, but they always label you a loser. I'll tell you what. Why don't we hear something from the Deftones, and then we'll come back and jump into another call.
All
right. This one is called... Mike, you ready with this, by the way? This one is called My Own Summer. Yeah, Up With People singers. That was called My Own Summer off of Round the Fur from the Deftones, who you can find at Live 105 in Sacramento. You can also find me at Live 105 in Sacramento.
Come on.
San Jose.
Oh, San Jose, sorry.
Yes. You guys are from Sacramento.
Me and everyone's wrong. Yeah, you guys are from Sacramento.
Yes.
San Jose, and
That's you referring to your notes again.
Nah,
that's why that happened.
That.
Yes, you are. That's why you said that.
No, yeah.
Right.
No. Actually, it's horrible radio, but I was on the phone with somebody tonight making the same mistake. Talking to a friend of mine calling... now I'm confused. Anyway, Live 105. I'll be there with the Deftones, and then we're coming back and doing the Weenie Roast. So, Mike? Oh, then you guys are doing the Warped Tour.
Mm-hmm.
When do you start that?
July 2nd.
And are you doing all the legs, or some of the legs, or you don't know?
We're doing all. We're just the first show. We're missing the first show. We're going to be in Paris that night, and by the time, sorry, Mike, is that his name?
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't mean to cut into your conversation.
No, go ahead.
We get home like the day after the tour starts, so we'll actually start in San Diego, which is the 2nd of July.
Right. And how long does it last for you then?
I think it's like a month and a couple weeks or something like that. I know I'm not going home till September 5th, so I'll be out. I mean, after that tour, we go straight back to Australia, and then back to Europe, then Japan, and then home.
Oh,
so I got a long time to hold.
Let me ask you, I asked just about every band we have on here, who and most all of them end up going to Europe and Asia. How does that work? I mean, do they get hold of the CD, the Japanese kids go nuts with it, and then you go out there with a couple other bands, or what kind of places do you play in Japan?
Well, if it's the first time you go, like this will be the first time we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll probably be clubs, and it'll probably be, just the kids that have got it, from the internet or from, our word of mouth kind of thing. Because as far as radio, I'm sure, I mean, radio everywhere for us is pretty grim. So, the radio we get, we do appreciate. But over there, it's probably it's probably pretty small following. So we'll probably play clubs for like 300.
Well, that's
tickets.
like what I was trying to figure out. I mean, it's not getting played on Japanese radio. So are the kids going to see a popular American band at a club that they don't know of, or are they going to see the Deftones?
They're going to see us. They're going to see something that they've listened to, they've heard of. I mean, we probably sold estimating we probably sold about 800 records, there. Who knows, because we haven't been there yet.
Right.
But you know what I mean? And we're probably playing maybe 3 major cities there.
Mm-hmm.
And the cities that we do play, it's going to be kids that have, it's underground, more of an underground following, which is, basically what's happened here in the States, but
right.
But just multiplied by how many times we played here, and that's why
it would seem to me that the opposite wouldn't work in the United States. Do you know what I mean? I don't think a band
we're too trend driven here.
A band in Japan could come over here and play because some people in the United States picked it up on the internet or got a few CDs.
They do. I mean, there's some Japanese bands that come here and do shows. It's you got to think about those. It's a small level. It's clubs. They're doing like 300-seater clubs. I mean, there's like bands like Buffalo Daughter and bands that are like Japanese bands who have an underground buzz. Like these bands are signed by like Buffalo Daughter, who's signed by the Beastie Boys record label. So they kind of come here and they have an underground buzz by these people who are fans by through association, and then they learn about them. They come to the shows,
right?
And yeah, they're not going to really get huge unless they have a radio hit or whatever.
Do they sing in English, Buffalo Daughter?
I believe so. They sing some.
And what was that band that we had? It was Scritti Politti. What was that name? What was the band?
Scritti Politti. That was the 80s stuff. You talking about?
What was the name?
Pixicata 5.
Pixicata 5.
Yeah. Engineer Mike brought up Pink Lady too, but that was a little different. He hooked up with Jeff Altman in the early '70s.
All right.
Am I dating myself here?
Let's talk to Mike. Or we're dissing Mike.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we're dissing Mike.
That's all right. Mike.
Hey, hello?
You're 17.
Hey, what's up, Adam?
How you doing?
Hey, I wanted to talk to Chino.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up? You guys are like my favorite band, man. I saw you at the Capitol Ballroom a while back with Downset and Orange 9.
Where's Capitol Ballroom? What city?
In D.C.
Okay.
I actually met you. I shook your hand there because you were like walking around.
All right.
And then I saw you guys again at the ballroom with Far in Will Haven.
Cool.
Then I went to see you guys again with Tin Fed, but it was sold out.
All right.
But
well,
I did actually go up there and like hear kind of, but then I had to leave.
Thank you for supporting us, man.
Yeah.
You got a question or something? What's up?
Yeah, I'll probably see you guys at the War Store.
All right, and?
Not you. And I want to know, like, what bands you guys...
That's your dog or one of your stone buddies?
I think it's what it is.
Hey, yo, say what's up, Ace.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Tito?
What's up?
Mike, what's the question now? Wait.
Yeah. Okay, my question was, like, what bands that you, like, haven't been out with yet would you like to come with? Tour with?
I mean, the bands that I would want to tour with were bands that probably you would not be interested in, whatsoever. I'm so into, just music that's just really ambient and mellow that you probably would hate.
Really?
So, yeah. I mean, I grew up on all mellow music, and I just love mellow music, and I just so happen to become friends with the people who I'm in a band with now, and they love heavy music, and it's not that I dislike it. I love it. It's one small part of me, but the main part of me is really into just some stuff that's just
like what?
I mean, whatever. I mean, I love everything, but I mean, shoot, Patsy Cline. I mean, just really, just mellow music. We got Snoop Doggy Dogg in the background. You hear him? I don't know. I just love really mellow stuff. And
Patsy Cline alive?
No, she
couldn't open for her.
She was having some problems with the plane a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of who's the country singer who died just semi-recently? Tammy Wynette or something like that. Well, anyway, let's not digress too much.
But I mean, just mellow music. I would say if I had to make a choice, it would probably be like maybe Radiohead and Weezer and some more pop stuff that you probably wouldn't like. But if that was my choice, if you know, up to everybody else, it'd probably be us with Korn and Pantera and White Zombie or some, you know, crazy metal show that everybody can just get crazy to. But that's just not me. But you know,
Mike, you all right?
Yeah, my friend has a question.
No, that's enough questions.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
good night, Mike.
Thanks.
Bye, Mike. That guy's dedicated, though. I saw you 3.5 times. Jessica,
Yeah, hi.
you're 17.
My question was on whether or not there are effects from overdosing on pills like aspirin and sleeping pills on your body or the brain if you keep doing this a lot.
Well, I mean, you're asking a
The effects of overdosing?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like,
if I say death is one of the consequences, Adam
but
will
I
give you
mean,
much
like,
of grief about it. Kidney failure certainly is
No,
another one.
I have that same question because I've been taking a lot of aspirin lately, or
Well, aspirin-
ibuprofen
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, but she's talking about... Are you talking about trying to kill yourself on aspirin?
yeah, and like if you keep, you know, waking up, you know.
Well, let me.
What are you doing? Hold on. What are you doing, Jessica?
Anyway, no, I just, you know, I tried it once and I threw up, and then I just was wondering if I kept doing it, and
Hold on 1 second. Listen, Jessica has a suicide question, not really an aspirin question.
I understand that. Let me break it down here. First of all, ibuprofen can cause kidney failure and various kidney damages, liver damage, ulcers. You got to be very careful with a lot of that stuff. Aspirin causes ulcers. Aspirin causes an acidosis and shock.
But don't they say you should take one a day?
Yeah,
like
but
eight
she's talking
a
about
day.
taking lots of them, big doses, and it can be
But she's
very
talking
damaging.
about trying to kill herself.
I understand that.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
let's get to... And she's talking about taking sleeping pills, which will make her stop breathing. Ultimately, these things cause hypoxic injuries to the brain, where there's no oxygen delivered to the brain. And you'll have varying levels of damage, depending on how
How many
long.
ibuprofen can you take a day?
What do you mean? I mean, how many should you take a day? What's the total
Well,
dose? You
listen,
shouldn't take
what's-
over 2,400 milligrams a day of ibuprofen. That'd be it.
What is that, 15 pills or what?
What? You know, different
All right,
pills
hold
out
on a
there.
second. Hold on. Listen, Drew.
It comes in 100, 200, 400, 600, 800.
All right.
Which
Can I
pills?
take an ibuprofen pill, a medium one, every day? And not
Yes.
sustain any
You
damage?
can, but it wouldn't be a good
You shouldn't
idea.
take it every day.
Yeah,
If you get a headache once a week, no problem.
even then, be careful.
Really?
Be careful. Yeah. My sister took one Advil and had a GI bleed. It's kind of rare, but that happens.
What was the GI's name?
Stomach bleed.
Oh, okay.
Stomach bleed.
I don't know about your sister,
Let me
Drew.
talk to Jessica.
All right, but Jessica is trying to kill herself, and that's really what she wants to talk about.
I understand. That's what I'm going to get to.
Okay.
But we need to take a break.
Oh, I'm going to talk to Jessica.
Jessica?
She's going to kill herself.
Jessica?
yeah.
Does anybody know you're doing this?
No. No, but, and then you also said something about the brain, like, can you come...
Jessica, forget it. Why would you want to, sort of dial in a specific grade of damage? You are trying to harm yourself.
Yeah, like, I probably won't do it.
This is a sign of profound problems.
Mm-hmm.
Depression is a life-threatening condition, and you're in the grips of it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to get help for this. Why worry about what damage you're going to do to yourself? You're trying to kill yourself.
She's not worried about it. She just wanted to bring it
Well,
up.
the thing is, it's like, if you're dead, that's fine, but if you keep living, like...
Well,
like,
you basically
damage.
all different kinds of brain damage.
Really?
All kinds of brain damage.
Okay.
Okay? You need to get help with this, Jessica. You must get help, okay?
Okay.
Please?
Mm-hmm.
When did you do it last?
Maybe last week.
Will you write down a phone number for me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Right, go ahead.
800-522-8336
Okay.
and 800-866-9600. Read the last one back to me, will you?
What, first you said 522-8336?
And then 800-866-9600. The suicide prevention line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you don't have to suffer like this.
Alright.
You don't have to die of this. Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
All right. All right. That's a happy note to go to the commercial with. Drew?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want you to give any tips, but you'd have to take a lot of aspirin to kill yourself, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But that's a good way to kill yourself.
Oh, really?
Better way is Tylenol.
All right, Drew, don't say that over the air.
I'm just telling you.
You're not telling me. You're telling a bunch of stoners who live in Sacramento.
Tylenol's it's a horrible way to die, though.
It is?
Oh.
Why?
Because you get a complete liver failure. Massive hepatic necrosis, and it is just
Painful?
ugly.
You don't pass out?
It's ugly.
I'll tell you, the people that jump off buildings or bridges, that is the most bizarre way of killing yourself. Do you know what I mean?
No, why?
Well, I understand wanting to kill yourself sometimes, but climbing to the top of a 40-story building and just launching yourself off into an intersection, no matter how much I wanted to kill myself, I don't think I could force myself to jump. There's almost like an instinct that wouldn't let me climb over and push myself over. Plus, all I'd be thinking about all the way down was, oh, geez, I want to come back up to the top of the roof, I think. I could understand, overdosing on pills or doing the carbon monoxide thing or something like that, but jumping off a building, always, which way would you want to kill yourself, Chino?
Probably by drugs.
Drugs? Okay. True drugs?
It seems like the most...
safe and sane. Huh?
Yeah.
No, okay, good.
True? Drugs, carbon monoxide.
Okay, guys.
Okay. We'll be back.
And this is David from Corn, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Chino from the Deftones.
Listen how sexy. Listen how sexy that Jonathan sounded. This is Jonathan.
This is Jonathan.
You're listening to Loveline.
He is a very soft-spoken lad, Jonathan. From the Corn. You don't like the Corn?
No, I love Corn. I'm just,
they're nice guys.
I've got to say something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's good-natured ribbing. Deftones will be at Live 105 tomorrow night, and then over at the Weenie Roast on Saturday night and or afternoon. I'm not exactly sure.
By the way, I was in the Magic Kingdom again today.
2 days in a row, Disneyland?
It's successful couple days.
No vomiting by the kids?
No vomiting, little meltdown, nothing too bad.
They freaked out?
They freaked out at the ending part, the leaving part.
Oh, they didn't want to go?
They weren't too into that,
Yeah, there has to be some sort of...
transition.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of...
chamber.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, like, do you know when astronauts come back from space, they keep them in quarantine for a week, or when divers come up, there's a bell that they sit at to decompress?
There should be decompression land. I mean, we should have something like that.
Yeah, I think like maybe...
Children get the bends from leaving Disneyland.
Too quickly. Well, because it's like 1 minute you're in the arms of Dopey or Cinderella, and the next minute you're in a parking lot in Anaheim getting shot at.
Yeah, and man, we did the rounds too on the characters today. Oh boy!
You know they ought to put something like, I don't know that much about kids' places, but like one of those fun zones or jamborees or just a little in between something. Like when you're trying to get people off of heroin or something.
You put them somewhere.
Methadone.
You put them somewhere. No, they have to be somewhere. They have to be contained somewhere.
And sometimes cold turkey, like with booze or something, is not the best way to go, right?
Sure, it's dangerous.
That's right.
And I sent my family on to Las Vegas. I'm going to be at the Hard Rock tomorrow.
Oh, really?
I'm going on to.
Every time someone goes to the Hard Rock, they always say they play Loveline up on the big screen.
It is bizarre.
But
it is bizarre.
So that's got to be weird. So
you're a star there at
well, it's bizarre. I went through that casino.
Yes.
And you walk through, you just want to be like anybody else, and there's these giant screens.
And you're just a star.
Yeah, he's a big star. I don't stay. I stay at the Continental where Cookie Cutter and the Jars are playing. Or I'm trying to think of the name of that act, but it's the worst in Vegas. But I always think it's ironic that everyone always tells me that because of all shows to watch on MTV with the sound down, why Loveline?
Yeah.
You just see my big brillowy head there and Drew and his funky glasses, and there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, God bless him.
It's late in the night. Nobody cares.
Millie.
Hi.
You're 20.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Okay.
You're on.
You always have difficulty with that transition where they ask the question, I've noticed on this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, Millie?
I'm kind of feeling guilty because I dumped this guy.
How long ago?
Like, I think it was Saturday.
How long you gone out with him for?
Well, I met him like the weekend before, and
that's not a dump. That's just
that's a sidestep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went out on a date with him, and he came in his work clothes, and it was bad.
Yeah.
It was just embarrassing for me because I had my friends there and everything, and
you didn't like the guy.
I'm feeling guilty though because it's just.
He doesn't work at Hot Dog on a Stick, does he?
No.
That's embarrassing.
But you feel responsible for his feeling. Did he react strongly?
I don't know. I haven't called him or anything. He hasn't called me.
What'd you do, just cancel a date or something?
No. Well, I couldn't get out of it.
What's his work clothes?
His work clothes, he was wearing these ugly torn-up pants, this really raggedy shirt, and...
You dated Adam Carolla.
Don't embarrass me over there. Hey, Drew, look at me. Come on.
She's describing you.
I really got something put together
You got
tonight.
a sweatshirt tonight.
You got the sweatshirt? Oh, really?
You were better looking than he was on the stage.
All right, Millie, look. You're not. You have.
That is so kind of you, Millie.
Hold on just a minute. Don't trip. You seen Adam on TV, right? He's kind of got the Miller's Outpost type of look. You know, he's got that kind of post surfer kind of look. Right now, he's not really looking too much different, but worse. So don't give it up too much for him, because I got your back, Adam. No trip.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think I think that was good what Chino just did.
I think so. But Millie, look, you're not responsible for his feelings. It's okay to date and not bond up with somebody wholeheartedly. You don't feel guilty about that. It's not an uncommon thing to feel responsible for other people's feelings, especially when you sense that he or she is really into it. But the much healthier thing is to be honest and get on when it's time to go on.
You did him a favor.
Yeah.
Well, you call getting dumped a favor, but you didn't string it out 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The guy's got to change your work clothes, though, when you go on a date, especially if... What does this guy work as? Like a scarecrow or a hot mopper or something? What do you do with the torn-up jeans? I don't know, maybe it's like an extra from one of those... you know they do that pirate show out front of that Vegas casino?
Oh, yeah, we'll go see that tomorrow night.
I'm trying to think of what you do with torn-up jeans and torn-up shirt. Maybe clean carpets like I did.
Yeah.
Drew?
Commercial.
Really?
Aren't we?
Well, why don't we sell a call, and then we'll go to a commercial.
We're selling.
Oh, Drew,
like
just
these
do
two
your
have been
job.
on for a while, and
All
they're
right.
not sellable.
They're not? Watch me. Watch me sell this call. Lauren.
Hi.
You're 16. Since boyfriend started creatine, his sex drive has decreased.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right, Drew. That's not a good sell call. Try this one. Lisa.
Yes, hi.
Lisa's 25. She's either always constipated or has a sharp stomach pain. Okay. Now that's sellable.
Hello?
All right, that's good. Are you backed up? Good.
Let me just start.
No, hang on. We got to go to commercial.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll get back to you.
All right.
All right, can you hang on, though?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, hang on. Waited this long. We'll be back.
Barrett, my name's Joe Gittleman. We're in the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, and tonight, Chino from the Deftones is here as well. We'll hear a little something else from him and them coming up. But, oh, wait, we're not running late. Wow, that's amazing. I don't really know what to do with myself. All right, we're going to take our... annual obligatory 10-second top-of-the-hour station identification thing, and we will be right back. It is Loveline. Round the Fur is the name of the CD. Deftones is the name of the band. Chino is the name of the representative of the band who's here tonight. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. And when we left off, we're speaking to a backed-up Lisa. Lisa?
Yes, hello. I just wanted to say really fast that I always watch you guys, and I enjoy listening to your radio show, and I love Dr. Drew. You're very handsome, and I find you very attractive.
She's from New York.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
I'm going... All right, should we take a guess where... let's all guess where Lisa's from. Chino's going from New York. I'm going to New Jersey.
Yeah. It's yeah? Lisa?
Boston?
Originally, yeah, and I have family in New Jersey.
Where are you calling from now?
I'm calling from Hollywood.
Oh. All right, Lisa, what's going on?
Okay, I have problems with my stomach all the time. I'm either constipated or with stomach aches.
Right.
And back in May, I had to go to the emergency room because I had sharp pain in the left side of my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gone to these HMO doctors, and they always say that I'm fine, and they rush me out the door.
Yeah.
And I have a family history where my grandmother had died of colon cancer.
But you're very unlikely to get colon cancer at 25.
Lisa?
Yeah, that's what I asked
And understand that the presentation of colon cancer is blood in the stool, not abdominal pain.
Let me ask you this. And by the way, as far as presentations go, that's a bad choice when you present the blood in the stool.
Which you presented to me quite nicely.
I have?
That's what you came to me complaining of. You were angry that I...
That was beets. This was blood in the urine.
No, you came to me and you wanted an evaluation for blood in the stool, and that's why I gave you a gastroenterologist referral. Remember?
You eat spicy foods.
Maybe. It wasn't my stool, though.
Oh.
All right, hold on. Lisa.
Yes.
Quick question off the subject. Have you ever been approached to do one of those Gold Bond medicated powder commercials?
No.
Oh, so I think you're missing your calling. What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
For a living.
Right. I was in retail.
I think the word constipation was invented by somebody from New Jersey. Say constipation one more time.
Constipated.
Oh, that's
constipation.
Good. Beauty. All right, so Drew, what could this be?
Well, it's probably what's called irritable bowel, right, Lisa?
Irritable bowel.
Okay.
Yeah, I always have like blood in the stool.
You do have blood in the stool.
Yeah.
All right, then you know what? Oh, I hate to bash HMOs like this, but look, blood in the stool needs an endoscopic evaluation. Period. You may actually be having what's called inflammatory bowel disease, so that's not typically doesn't typically cause constipation. Blood in the stool is a serious thing. It needs to be taken seriously and evaluated. You can never tell what's causing it, even though it may seem obvious that it's hemorrhoids or something else. Somebody needs to go up and examine the surface of the colon and see exactly what's going on.
Can they do that from your house, Drew, or do they?
No, and I'm sorry that they're not doing more evaluation on you. That's a shame.
What test should I ask for?
A colonoscopy.
Excuse me?
A colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy?
Yeah, and you also, if you're having, again, lower quadrant pain, and you're a young female, you need to have your pelvic organs checked, too, to make sure this isn't ovarian or tubal or some other infection or growth causing the pain.
Hey, Lisa?
And by the way, the inflammation, infection...
Do you think I have an ulcer or anything like that?
Nothing you're describing sounds anything like ulcer.
No.
Okay, but don't take a lot of aspirin.
It's always funny, though, when people call in, decide they have something, and then you have to wrestle it away from them. Even though they're speaking to a doctor and they're telling them you don't have that.
But the point is, if you get a colonoscopy, you will see a gastroenterologist, and they'll be able to evaluate the entire situation. You need a thorough evaluation here, okay?
Okay.
Lisa?
Yes.
I don't mean to make fun, but remember when you were talking about colon cancer?
Yes.
And Drew said, well, it couldn't be colon cancer because there'd be blood in the stool.
I do have blood in the stool.
I know, but that was 5 minutes earlier in the call, and you just sort of went right past that part?
I'm nervous.
Okay, baby. Get in there and tell them you got blood in the stool.
Okay. And just ask for a colonoscopy.
Ask to see a gastroenterologist, okay?
Gastro what?
A stomach specialist.
Ask doctor.
Stomach specialist.
Stomach guy.
Okay. All right.
All right,
Lisa, here's the problem. Yeah, they think you're some kind of crackpot in there. run amok with the stool. Go in there, don't talk too much, tell them you got blood in the stool, and demand that it be looked at.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye. Love you.
Loving you. Woo. Wow. Because, see, here's the problem. I know these guys see Lisa coming down the hall, and she starts going, yeah, my stool, it smells. And they go, yeah, okay, honey, go take some bromatine and get the hell out of here. You know, I don't think they're taking her seriously.
It's hard to, isn't it? Can't get past that accent.
Right. But I think if she's got blood in the stool, that's serious, right?
It needs to be evaluated.
So I had blood in my stool?
Yes, you did. I gave you somebody to go see, and you didn't do it, did you?
But I don't have it anymore. That's fine then, right? Do you think the Lord handled it? Does the Lord work on the stool part, or does he just work the upper torso?
No, he works everywhere.
Oh, great. Because if I was the Lord, I'd stay right out of the ass and call it.
Maybe you created that too, didn't you?
That was on the 7th day, though. Jill.
Hi.
You're 17.
I wanted to talk to Chino.
Hi.
Chino?
Yes.
I wanted to tell you that Deftones are like my totally all-time favorite band.
Cool.
And I wanted to ask you like the difference between like Adrenaline and Around the Fur. I was wondering if like you guys kind of like grew up and your music like matured or something.
I don't know. Do you think so?
Yeah, kinda.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I think it's it's louder, but it's softer. It's a record that's it's where the first one wanted to go, and the second one went there, and the third one's going to go where the second one didn't make it quite to. You know what I'm saying? I think I definitely think it matured, but I mean not to its full extent. I think our next record's going to be beyond what this one did. So
when are you going to do that one?
Probably not till next year. Probably 99.
And this one is came out in October, I believe. Someone told me.
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys done this show before? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Drew, why didn't you say anything?
We talked about this.
It was like 2 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something about the Deftones. They may not get as much airplay as they'd like, but I'll tell you, their T-shirts and like stickers are everywhere.
Yeah.
I thought the Deftones 3 years ago were a record label because I saw it all over K-Rock, and then I had a Deftones T-shirt for a while, I think even before you guys came on, and I see a lot of people with, it's a really cool logo. Is the one, I'm thinking of the one with the cat on it, and I see a lot of people wearing the T-shirts around the station and all that kind of stuff, so even if they're not playing the stuff, someone's doing their job in terms of throwing out the booty.
Well, definitely. I mean, that is a good thing, that the fact that, that's what's made us, the music and just, not so much the hype, but just the word of mouth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of a grassroots approach.
And that's what's kept us where we're at, and that's what hopefully it's going to take us where we're going to go.
It definitely can be done, because we brought up the band Korn a time or two tonight, but Korn doesn't get any radio airplay that I'm really aware of, and yet I've brought them out on stage in front of 30,000 people for one of these big radio concerts, and even though some bands like Everclear and Iggy Pop and lots of other big and cool bands were playing, everybody wanted to see Korn. And you try to figure out how the hell do they want to see Korn if they're not hearing Korn on the radio. And I don't know, maybe it's a different time.
Well, I mean, just like
internet
just
and all
like
that stuff.
Iggy Pop and Everclear are cool. I mean, it's good music. Korn is good music, and it's like it's not always what's dictated to you all the time. It's just what's good. It's basically what it boils down to. Korn's good, but so is Everclear.
I know, but we all
the same.
We all know that if two bands are equal and one of them's getting a lot of airplay, the one that's getting a lot of airplay is going to sell out the bigger.
Well, it's going to sell
venue.
records, but as far as the venues, the ticket sales are a complete different thing than as records.
You wouldn't think so.
It's complete. It's different. I mean, as far as I see it,
I mean, you would think the size of the venue would be determined by the
we would probably
exposure.
sell just as many tickets as as far as I see it,
I mean, you would think the size of the venue would be determined by the
we would probably
exposure.
sell just as many tickets as
Everclear.
I mean, well, I wouldn't want to name any names, but I would say like as a normal band who is probably on K-Rock all the time, on the top, who basically it's like so many rotations a week, we don't get any. We'd probably sell same amount of tickets. It's word of mouth. And to me, I think it's worthy of the band. If you're a good band, you're gonna get tickets sold. And regardless, airplay is going to sell you immediate records. You know what I mean? Which can be a good thing. But longevity is the main concern of our band, and I think it makes sense. I mean, we've been doing it for this long with what we have, and it's been working for so long. So as long as it keeps on going in the steady upward pace it's going,
I'm usually disgusted by societal trends and the way folks act. But that is one thing that always breathes new life into me, when bands that don't get a lot of exposure, at least on the radio, still can fill up clubs and still can have a good following.
Well, what's weird, those bands that like I never hear people say we suck. We might suck, whatever, but
sorry, man.
No, but you never really hear people say, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's not overhyped, so if people like it, they like it.
Right.
It's not like it's shoved in people's face where like they say like, man, that's what I mean. They don't even want to say it sucks. They want to give it a chance before they say it sucks because it's not in their face all the time.
Right.
And to me, that's good. That's what we want. That's
if
what
you
we
can
need.
get guys like that caller we had earlier that are going to 4 shows in the course of a year and a half or something like that, as opposed to going to one show and not coming back, that's going to add up. Jill?
Can you guys play more shows out here? Cause
Where are you?
in L.A., in Torrance.
Okay, they will.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Bye.
They'll play Saturday.
I'm booking them in Torrance. Yes, they'll be in L.A. Saturday. Thank you. Alrighty. Wyatt.
Hey.
You're 19.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Last Friday, I met a girl at a pool party, and we started to hit it off.
Pool party.
Yeah.
She in her bathing suit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Unfortunately, she's...
That's a recipe for rape, by the way. Bunch of guys drinking beer in the sun and women, Marco Polo and all that business.
There wasn't any alcohol, but...
Okay.
What's your question?
She was 15, and she seemed to really like me, and I like her quite a bit, but I don't know.
Is she just 15 and you're almost 20?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No.
What's wrong with you, Wyatt?
I don't know.
She's too young. Let me put it this way. She's in the 10th grade or going into the 10th. Oh, she's in the 9th grade.
9th grade.
Junior.
She's going to be a junior?
She just finished 10th grade, and you should be finishing college.
Why is she just finishing 10th grade if she's just turning 15?
Yeah, they could be...
Yeah, she should be just turning 16. Huh?
That's right.
Huh?
15.
10th grade?
You're 15 when you're in sophomore in high school.
Yeah, but most people turn 16 at the end of the school year, and we're at the end of the school year, and she's turning 15, or just turned 15.
Right.
She should be she should be in a grade younger. Did she skip a grade?
I don't know. She probably got held back in 3rd grade or something. You know?
Well, she got to move forward. Anyway, she's going into the 11th grade.
Yeah.
And you were due to graduate
2 years ago.
2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't, right?
Huh?
You didn't graduate?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of vocational school, or?
No.
No. All right, she's too young for you anyway.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
When she's 19, maybe.
Okay.
Even then, it's a little bit of a stretch.
All right.
Hey, Chino, I just want to let you know I saw you at the New Year's Eve show with Primus.
Mm-hmm.
You guys rock.
Thank you.
Where's that at?
Henry J. Kaiser in Oakland.
Henry J. Kaiser. What is that?
It's it's kind of like an arena, but it's a shrunken arena.
Mm-hmm.
It's a.
What do they have there? I mean, do they have concerts?
It's like I think it's a college or something like that. College campus. Sort of a gymnasium kind of thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think it was probably about 5,000-6,000 seaters.
And that was New Year's?
Yeah, New Year's Eve with Primus.
And
Alcoholics.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really good show. I remember that.
Patrick.
Yeah, I had a question for Chino.
Yes.
Hey, I've been a Deftones fan ever since Adrenaline first came out. I think you guys are great.
Thank you.
I even have a Deftones webpage. Anyway, I wanted to ask you, like, a lot of your lyrics are kind of different, like Head Up, for instance. Like, it doesn't even make sense. I was like wondering where you get these lyrics from, or like what's your inspiration for them?
Well, Head Up, for instance, it was written about a close friend of mine who died in a car accident.
Max Cavalera's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name was Daniel Wells.
Yeah.
And Max and I decided that we were gonna pay tribute to him and write a song, and a lot of the lyrics came from Max wrote a lot of the lyrics, but as far as the verses go, I mean, I was just talking about the close times that we spent together, and just real, they're sort of abstract, I guess, but they're just a lot of our close, intimate times we had together, just hanging out and doing what's up. The chorus is a Soulfly, and that's the name of Max's new band.
Yeah.
That's basically all the spirits flying around, just being free and not having any anything holding you back, and that's it's just that's pretty self-explanatory song. A lot of the other songs I can't really I have to go one by one. There's not any certain thing around. I'm not a political person. I don't write anything about any one thing in particular. It's just
almost from like personal though.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
In Utah.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, hi.
I was going to say you could come see Chino in person if you're anywhere around the Bay Area or Southern California in the next 2 days.
No,
but being in Utah, I don't think that's going to work.
Warped Tour will be in Utah.
Oh, that's right.
I know. I'm going to see it.
Salt Lake City.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
We're going to get some kids that have warts and stuff on their private parts.
All right, that sounds fun.
All right.
Thanks.
Guy's got a web page. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think there's some Loveline web pages, isn't there?
I think.
Yeah. Have you ever seen any of them?
Mike pulled a couple up once or twice, right?
But nothing official.
Nothing official.
Lauren.
Hi.
Hey, you're 16.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, first off, I love your show and I love the Deftones. I saw you guys at the ballroom actually in DC. So, I'm dating this guy who's 20. Well, not really dating. We're just kind of
How old are you?
And
She's 16.
16.
She says she's 16.
Dating somebody who's 20. That's not right away, right?
We don't really think so. No. What are you 15?
No, I'm 16.
You're just 16, or you're almost 17?
I'm just 16.
No, she's 15.
Yeah.
Yes. Lauren, you're 15.
No, I'm 16.
Huh?
I turned 16 like a month ago.
All right.
All right. So you're dating guys 20?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're not really dating. We're just kind of like
You're just doing it
with each other.
You're sleeping with each other.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Fine.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
You don't have any feelings for this guy? You don't care? They're just using you for sex?
Well, we're friends, but no.
You don't want anything more from the relationship?
Well, I have another relationship, so.
What's the other one?
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. There may be some gambling.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with you, Lauren?
Nothing.
Where's your dad?
He's at home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What home?
My house.
Uh-huh.
They're together.
What'd he do to you?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Never hit you?
Nope.
Grandpa? Hmm?
No, my grandparents are dead.
Your dad killed him after they molested you?
Yeah, that's it. No.
What happened? Where's your mom?
She's here, too.
Well, she good to you?
Yep.
Your brother's good to you?
I don't have... Well, he's, like, a lot older than me, so I never grew up with him, but...
When did you lose your virginity?
13.
Uh-oh. Now we're getting somewhere. How old was the guy?
19.
19?
17.
17. Close.
What was, where'd you meet him?
Through friends.
So why these older abusive guys that we're trying to get into here?
Well, not necessarily abusive.
Victimizers.
No. I don't know. I like older guys. I mean, I just tend to... I've dated guys my own age, and they're not.
Yeah, but see, our thinking... Chino, here's what we think from doing this show
Some
for a long
shady
time.
going on.
There's something sort of inherently flawed about a guy who's 20, and you've been dating this guy since you were 15, Lauren, right?
Well...
Yes.
Yeah, like...
Okay. There's something inherently wrong about a 20-year-old guy. Guy's 2 years, 3 years out of high school, dating someone who's in the 9th grade.
Right.
Or 10th grade, for that
so
matter.
our question is, what it is about the younger woman that would cause her to be so impaired in her judgment about these guys that are disturbed? These guys, there's something wrong with the guys.
Yeah. Believe me, they're flawed. Listen, you don't have to kill somebody or make bombs and send them to people to be flawed. You can just nail 15-year-olds when you're 20 and be flawed. You know?
Yeah.
What's up with your dad? You don't like him?
No, my dad and I have a great relationship.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't pay enough attention to you when you were younger, though?
No, he's around. He's cool.
Really? Isn't he pissed off?
Oh, my parents don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not, like, dating this guy. I just sleep with him occasionally.
No, but you have a boyfriend?
I have a girlfriend.
Okay, something's
Lauren,
going on. What's going on with you?
What happened to you? When?
How old were you? What happened?
Nothing.
Come on.
No, really.
Be honest with us.
Really, nothing happened to me. I was never abused. Nothing.
Neighbor kid? Something? Something at camp. I'll go with camp.
Check it out, though. It's weird because you guys always think that there's something going on with in somebody's past, if something like this.
Because we've never not found it.
But you know what, though?
Yeah.
Attention is what it is. Attention.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to do
it is attention.
Absolutely.
But it's not always spawned from something in the past. It has to do with everyday life. Like, kids go to school, they get so much, they want attention from their classmates. They want, you know what I mean?
It's not, you're right to this degree that it's not always, it's just most always. So we're playing the odds here.
She already basically, well, yeah, she is kind of holding back a little bit.
But there's something she's not coming clean with us about.
Did you experiment with friends when you were a little girl?
With girlfriends? Or
Yeah,
guys?
girlfriends.
No, not until I was in, like, 7th grade.
When you were 12? Yes.
Yeah.
And did you experiment with guys when you were a little girl?
No, not really. Like, I mean...
What did you do?
Like, you know, regular, like, little kid stuff, like kissing games, spin the bottle, stuff like that.
Okay. And when did you first get into women in the 7th grade?
Well, no, actually, this is, like, my first girlfriend.
But you said you experimented with women when you were 12.
Yeah, like I kissed my best friend, you know, stuff like that.
We'd make good cops, Drew. I think we could sweat even the most hardened of criminals.
Well, it's sort
of
whittling this down. We're getting, first it was 15, then 14.
I don't think our routine would be good cop, bad cop. I think it'd be bad cop, boring cop. I think that'd be our angle. All right, Lauren.
Yeah.
There's something up here.
There's something going on, and I would really like you to tell us.
There's something you need chaos, Lauren.
How old is your girlfriend?
She is 16.
And do you have another boyfriend on top of this, or is this just your only, steady relationship?
No, this is just the guy that I met through friends. And
Right, but the one guy in your life is 20 and the one girl in your life is 16.
Yeah.
And there's no third guy or second guy. No.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Well,
there's reasons. It means something. And it certainly doesn't mean that your capacity for intimacy and a stable, happy relationship is necessarily intact. There's something disturbing that. And that's why you're creating all these situations that sound dysfunctional, because they are.
Do you think you're bisexual?
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Your folks know?
No, they wouldn't approve. They're Catholic.
All right. No one ever hit you with rosary beads or anything when you were young, or tried to exercise you?
No.
Okay. All right, Lauren. All right, here's here's my answer. Stop acting like an idiot then. You have no excuses. If you're abused or something, then we'll cut you a break.
I mean,
you have a good life, right?
If you want to have a relationship, but make up your mind and commit yourself to the relationship, and that's fine.
No, I do, but my girlfriend, I guess, and we have an open relationship, so.
I'll tell you true. What I wouldn't give to get just 10 minutes alone with this Laura, and
figure it out.
And one of those lights that just hung, just one of those bulbs that hung down. I'd be chain smoking and pacing around,
wearing a visor.
What am I, dealing blackjack, Drew?
Just keep the light out of your eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. All right. Chino's here from the Deftones. Drew, we struck no gold there. One of the rare times, by the way, that we've really sweated a listener and not gotten him to break. But, maybe she's just doing her own thing. Drew, why don't we sell this?
It means something.
Something's up. Why don't we sell this next call, and then we'll go to break?
What next call?
You don't have one?
All right, let's...
Thanks. You know the game is played. Yeah, Deftones is here, and next week, I have no idea who's going to be on. Ann, do you know? Oh, well, I know
Voodoo Daddy.
Goldfinger, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy will be on, and so far that's all we know. Goldfinger Wednesday night. Yes. Who, by the way, loves the Deftones. Darren was giving us a whole speech about how great the Deftones were. So,
thank you, Darren. I just saw him on the hallway. I just kicked him.
He's kind of
he's goofy. That's one of the most goofiest people in the period.
I know. He's good goofy,
nuts.
though.
Yeah, he's good. He's a nice guy.
He
just, yeah. I don't want to be mean. He's nice.
He's the nicest guy in the world, and he loves the Deftones.
He's crazy.
Had nothing but good stuff to say about him. Okay. All right, so what did we learn? Big Bad Voodoo Daddy next week, as well as the Goldfinger and a cavalcade of big-name celebrities, I'm sure. All right, let's hear a little something else from the Deftones. This one's called Be Quiet and Drive. That was from the Deftones album, which came out in October, and they're going to be doing Live 105 tomorrow, and then the Weenie Roast, and then the Warped Tour, and then Europe? Or you're coming back from Europe.
Warped Tour, Australia, Europe, Japan, home.
Do you get to, when you go abroad that way, you get to see any of the country, or is it just one place to the next in the back of a bus?
You get to see some. It depends, how much time you have. Not that much. Just the bus and the hotels.
It's so I mean, think about the age that we're living in. I mean, not that long ago.
You know what, though? It's not that big of a... every place is the same. I'm sorry. It's the same everywhere. You go, the people-wise, it's the same. Everybody's the same everywhere you go.
Right.
As far as sights, you see a couple, and okay, but... Home is where you need to be. That's That's the goal. That's the payoff. Really, is when you're done with touring and you know what I mean.
Well,
you're home.
As my grandfather used to say, home is where the VCR and the porn is. Oh yes. But I was just thinking how ironic it is that not too long ago in history, 75 years or something. It would have been the culmination of a life's work to get from here to Australia, for instance. And 100 yeyears before that would have been just impossible.
Yeah. You would take your life in your hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You get like scurvy on your way, and it'd take you 4 months. Now you can fly in, play a gig, look at a hotel ceiling, get back on a plane, and come back, go to New York. But it's amazing how whenever the technology becomes available, that's the second that people stop thinking about it.
Right.
I mean, if some guy spent 6 weeks on a leaky boat to get to Australia, you put him on shore for a day, and then you threw him back on the boat, and said you're heading back, you'd have to drag him, kicking and screaming. Yeah. Dana.
Yeah?
You're 15.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Well, it's not really my boyfriend. We were never going out, but a couple days ago I performed oral sex on him, and now today I called him because I heard he was saying stuff to his friends about me, and he said like he never cared about me and I was a skanky bitch.
That's nice. That's nice.
That's great. So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
I don't know, I've been seeing him for about 3 weeks, like, on and off. Like, I'll see him, and then he'll be with his friends, and he'll ignore me, and then when he gets home, he'll call me and stuff, and, like, be all nice, and say he was sorry, and he didn't mean to ignore me and everything. And then I've asked him if he's been using me before, and he, like, reassured me that he wasn't.
Yeah.
He sounds like a horrible guy.
How old is he?
15.
Wow. That's amazing.
Oh, I wonder if he's afraid.
I would have been so. If I would have gotten oral sex from someone at 15, I would have erected a monument in the closest park to them, just a big bronze statue of them with their mouth open. A place where put like a bird bath in the mouth or something. I couldn't imagine getting oral sex from someone at 15 and then going, "Hey, skanky bitch."
What if you got scared and wanted to push the person away? It was getting a little too intense for you.
How do you push away someone who's giving you oral sex at 15?
This is how.
I know, but
why would you is the question, right?
Yeah.
Well, people are funny about their relationships, obviously. Dana's a bad person. He's a bad person.
The important lesson you've learned here, Dana, is that men are pigs, and you should never trust one again, ever, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
But, like, I like him a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's not to like? I mean, I'm falling in love with the guy, and I haven't even met him.
Why do you need to be with a guy that mistreats you?
I don't know. He's cute.
Well, there's no doubt he's a wonderful individual. I mean, I think even my partner Drew's smitten. But he did call you a skanky whore?
Bitch.
Oh, bitch. Sorry. And
I've heard he was saying stuff to his friends about me, and then like I ask him, and he just says they're lying.
And by the way, if you call somebody a skanky bitch to their face,
imagine what they're saying behind your back. Yeah.
I mean, you really got to be saying something behind their back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where we can go with this, Dana. I mean,
he said it to me on the phone.
Yeah, but Dana, it's just horrible. Why? Don't put up with this. Move on.
Do you have sex with him?
No.
Are you planning on it?
I was.
No,
you were.
Do not do it.
Oh,
do not do it.
God.
Listen, you got to have a cute is okay, but there's got to be a person there, and that person's got to like you. Okay. You are absolutely just setting yourself up for misery that will not quit. And why you need that, I don't know. But try to break that cycle of needing that sort of abuse, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you think you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to progress into a guy who just calls you skanky. Oh my God. Papas, be nice to your daughters. That's the moral. Or they get really attracted to guys who call them skanky bitches.
Right.
That's considered sweet talk. That's sweet nothings.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right. You have any kids, Chino?
I have 2.
And one of them a girl?
2 boys. I'm lucky. Very lucky.
Be nice to them too. But if it's a girl, I'll tell you. The thing that we've learned from this show is if you got a daughter and dad isn't paying him enough attention, they're going to find someone who's going to pay attention to him about 13. And be pregnant about 15. How old are your kids?
4 and 1.
And Francis?
Me too.
Yeah.
You all right?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Good. You live with them? Your kids?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Do they mind you being on the road and everything?
You know, they don't really know well yet. I mean, my 4-year-old kind of, like today I told him I was going to the airport, and he started tripping out, you know what I mean? Like, he knows when I go to the airport. He thinks when I leave, I'm in the airplane the whole time, you know what I mean?
Which is virtually almost true.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, he thinks, like, you know, he thinks when I'm gone, I'm on the airplane. That's you know, so he kind of bugs out a little bit on that. You know, the 1-year-old, obviously, he doesn't really, I've been home for like 3 weeks now, and he's been really close. He's grown really close to me. You know, whenever I'm walk out of the room, he trips out. But yeah, the 4-year-old, he's right now he's starting to really, you know, bug out on me leaving, and which is weird. Is I'm gonna try to bring him out for a little while, you know, here and here when I go. But you know, the road is no place for him, so I can only bring him out here and here. I can't really take him all the time. You know, it's hard. It's one thing that you just got to weigh out. You got to weigh out. You know, you got to realize that this is a something I got to do for a living.
Well, you got to support him too.
Yeah,
which is kind of a priority. Francis.
Yeah. What's happening?
I love kids' concrete thinking, though. You going on a plane, you're going to be in a plane.
That's it.
You come back.
Daddy's going on a plane.
Look, they see you get into the plane, and then they see you get off the plane. Yeah. So where you been? In some sort of holding pattern over O'Hare. Francis.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up? I need to know a couple things here. What's up with, like, when every once in a while your semen is really chunky or, like, watery or...
That's just normal. That's normal.
It's looking like rubber cement. It's
normal.
Looking like,
normal. Normal.
That doesn't represent anything specific?
No. It
means you're gay, doesn't it, Drew?
It represents...
You're funny. You're a funny man.
Often the time between ejaculation can affect it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
And the hydration state probably can affect it.
Oh, really?
That's about it.
Doesn't mean anything
Sometimes infection can do stuff like that, but not usually.
Well, what would be your hypotheses, Francis?
Of
what is your concern?
What do you figure it might mean?
Oh, when I see it, I don't know. I'm thinking, you know, it's how, you know, too much is like this. It's like starting to dry up, and he's like, hey, we're gonna have to hold off a little bit or something, you know. Because
you've been to MIT, I suppose.
Francis, have you been published?
Well, you know, I don't like take credit or anything, but you know.
So you come. You're like peanut butter. You have chunky and smooth and creamy.
Whatever, you know, and then it's like really gummy sometimes, and you're like, what is this? And then sometimes it's flowing like butter. And
all right, let me give you a for instance, Francis.
Uh-huh.
You know how sometimes you take a Duke and it's kind of fibery and beige colored?
Yeah.
And other times it's black and looks like some sort of cluster log?
So this is
do you question that? Or is that just God's, God's divine
have like a birthday
grace?
Surprise like 2 days ago. So this has to do with like what you eat or anything, not yet the amount of sexual activity you have then, yeah?
No, it can have more to do with the amount of sexual activity than anything else, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, Francis, thank you for the
what do you do for a living, Francis?
I am one of them dreaded actors.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's all right. It's all right. Actually, I see your mug around town because we live in the same area.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you see my mug?
I see up at the market up there. You know, at the cafe.
Oh, at the Beechwood?
Exactly.
Yeah. Thinking about getting a job there.
Seen you down there at the Starbucks. You in there?
Starbucks?
You in there? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. On the way to the doing the man show.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Francis.
We'll keep an eye out for you.
I'm looking for a stalker.
All right.
Next time I see you, I want you to come up behind me with a roll of duct tape and an ether rag.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Good luck. All right, Tommy.
We got to go to commercial.
Oh, is that? I was looking at that.
We haven't had a 37 commercial.
No, we haven't. Oh, I think the song kind of screwed with me. Thank you. you know what's funny about Ann? She doesn't like it when I talk, which is very ironic because
talk show.
Kind of a talk show, yeah. All right. I got the only producer in the world doesn't like it when I talk. Okay. We'll be back. All right.